to the Simply Seasonal Cooking Show.
I'm Megan.
I'm Kara. And we love bread! We're here today to tell you and give you permission to eat bread and to eat other ancient grains that come from the earth and are here in the winter to help support us and warm us and give us strength.
So in the last 100 years, unfortunately, we've really manipulated the way that we've grown and prepared our grains. So with gluten specifically in wheat and other gluten-containing grains, we've increased the gluten strand by 4 times so that it has a bigger crop yield and a longer shelf life. But because gluten is a protein, it has to digest completely in the stomach. And since it's so big, it ends up in our gut, causing strain and literally creating these pores in our gut and rips where the gluten can get out into the bloodstream, and then the body has to attack the blood to get rid of the gluten, causing autoimmune diseases and any other intolerances. So the growing has been jeopardized, and then also the preparation as well. We used to soak and ferment our grains to make that already digested and easier for our body to digest. But because of our lack of time, we've skipped that step. So now we have this big issue around digesting grains.
So here's how we deal with it. First of all, when you're going for bread, make it count. Go for breads that have been fermented and soaked and sprouted, and there's many options out there right now. There's great sprouted breads like the Ezekiel or similar. There's so many out there these days. Just read your ingredients. And the other is from a bakery. Know where they're getting some nice grains they're starting with, and a sourdough bread that's been fermented naturally is just such an indulgence and just is so nice and warming in the winter. Please stay away from the shelved bread. That bread is dead. I'm talking about that sliced bread in the bag that lasts for like 2 months. It doesn't get any mold. It doesn't go, it's still soft and squishy after like a month. Yeah. That bread is dead, okay? So, yeah.
And then if you are staying away from gluten and you need a break, or you are gluten intolerant or celiac, there's a lot of amazing grains that you can get that are gluten-free. So in here is some quinoa, and quinoa is actually a seed, it's not a grain, but that's a great option. We have brown rice, white rice, and brown we always prefer because it still has the germ and everything intact. Then we have oats, millet, this buckwheat as well, which is super fun. And I just also quickly wanted to mention corn because it's actually a grain, it's not a vegetable, but buckwheat is one of my favorites.
And buckwheat is kind of confusing because it's called buckwheat. We think it's gluten, but it's actually a gluten-free grain, and it's really nice for pancakes. It's a really easy way to incorporate a gluten-free grain. But then when we go into the glutinous grains, there's barley and there's farro, and there's even kamut and einkorn wheat berries, which are just so earthy and nutty and delicious. They're super hearty and really nice to use.
So we've been doing this for so many thousands of years, and these sweet flavored grains really help give us that deep energy. In Chinese medicine, we call it the qi, or the energy. It comes from sweet flavors. So if we're cutting these out of our diet all the time, then we are no longer getting this easy to absorb energy, and we're having to dig from our energy reserves, which is starting to deplete us greatly. So you can give yourself a break for a short period of time, maybe burn through some of your glucose stores, or give yourself a break maybe from gluten, but then as your body heals, add them back in because they are so vital to your health and especially your energy.
And through evolution, we have really learned to digest these grains, especially in winter, because this is what got us through the winter. We would harvest our grains, dry them, and store them, and this is what we ate, right? While meat and veggies were sparse. But since Megan mentioned how we ran out of time and we're not preparing them right, but I'm here to tell you that modern technology is going to help us, and we just need to use it. What you can do is use your rice cooker or your Instapot and prepare a big old pot at the beginning of the week. So here I prepared this nice pot of quinoa that I have to use throughout the week, and I cooked it using a piece of kombu seaweed, which helps it digest and break down. And so I could just come home, take a bowl of that all hot and steamy, and you can add vegetables that you have left over or cook them fresh. You can add avocado, your fermented foods, make a nice little tahini lemon sauce. You have a great ancient grain bowl ready to go.
That sounds so good and so simple.
Because it's simply seasonal. We love bread. And I'm sure you do too.
Sorry, I'm so caught up in the we need to imitate Oprah. Oprah.
I eat bread every day.
Oh.
I think it went off. I think it went on, off, on.
Has it been recording the whole time?
No, it went on, off, on.
Oh.
When you are going for bread, it's important to... I'm sorry. Oh my God. Like Danny's texting and Patches is like coughing up a lung. High quality brains.
It's good for your brain.
It will give you a high quality brain if you eat high quality grain.
That's a good one.
It's the whole brain grain thing.
Yeah.